All right, Coach, you just finished your fall scrimmage. You're about halfway through fall camp. Talk about first the scrimmage. What did you see from your players today?
You know what I was impressed with was, if you look at the end of practice, we had very few injuries. We also had guys that looked like they could still go another 30 or 40 plays, which I thought was good. You know, now it's showing. I didn't know where we were condition-wise when we went drives, and I thought for the most part, first two groups they were pretty good condition.
I know you're all over the field. You're kind of getting a feel for where your team was as a whole, not necessarily looking at individual players. But were there any plays today that stood out to you?
Well, you know what, you saw a couple of big plays with Jake threw the ball down the field, and I thought, wide receivers. I think we run well, and we showed it today. The guys did some good jobs of catching the ball, deep balls. It's easier to say than do when you throw a deep ball. Jake put the ball there. The guys caught it and scored a couple touchdowns.
How are you feeling about your offense at this point in camp?
You know what? I think we're moving in the right direction. Like I said, you look at the offensive line. They did a solid job. We had some big runs. Also had some big pass plays. So pretty much keeping Jake, off the ground, or our quarterbacks off the ground. They did a good job. Running game looked pretty solid. So I thought it was pretty good.
I know you had a lot of returners at the skill positions, but I also know you brought in some new guys that was wide receiver and at offensive line.
Yeah.
How do you think the offense as a whole is gelling?
I think they're gelling. I think that you look at we have the most offensive line we've had since we've been here. You have I think 12 guys, and we had a first group and a second group and a part of a third group. So those guys are learning each other. When you play offensive line, you got to learn that the guy to your right and to your left. And the first group understands that. The second group is still learning it. But I thought for the most part, condition-wise, they did a good job.
I know you still have about a week and a half or so until you get to Lindenwood, but at this point, is the offense where you thought it would be?
It is. Like I say, when you have a quarterback coming back, that always helps. Because now you got a guy that understands the offense, that can direct guys, and then you look at the wide receivers. We have a guy that we moved to play quarterback, wide receiver now, so he understands what it takes to do and run offense. And we had three guys back that played, last year extensively at the wide receiver. Three guys at running back, starting left tackle, starting center, starting left guard. So when you have all those guys coming back with your quarterback, that's always good.
What are you seeing from your defense at this point?
You know what? I think our defense, we have to do a better job of tackling. We're still having some issues with tackling. I thought we did some good things where we got guys in the backfield. We just got to get guys on the ground. And then, like I said, today was the first time we had full-blown scrimmage with guys taking them to the ground. And for the most part, it was okay. We still missed too many tackles, but we just got to work on wrapping guys up and getting them on the ground.
And then your special teams, you kind of overhauled that over the offseason. I think you got new guys competing at pretty much every spot. At this point of the fall season, where are they at?
You know what? We're a lot further than we were last year. We have guys that are coming back. And like I said, when you have returns coming back and understand the system you're doing, it's always better. We picked up a kicker and a punter. And you can see by the way we're kicking and punting the ball, now we're a lot better on special teams on our kicking game. So if we can do a good job, solid job of punting, solid job of kicking, then our coverage teams will be that much better.
I noticed you're also breaking in a couple new long snappers, and then it looked like you were rotating the guys who were holding for the guys too. Yep. So just as a whole, how do you think those guys are working together? And
they're doing a great job. We have 5 guys, which is unbelievable. Last year we had 2. We had Tovar and Mike Ashley. Now we have a kicker, a punter, 2 long snappers, an additional kicker that plays wide receiver. So, we have 5 guys that are doing that now. So now they'll go over there, they'll do all different things, they have opportunity to work out with each other. So that's when they build a camaraderie like that, the long snappers and the kickers is always going to be good.
Well, as you've been watching practices this fall, are there any players that have stood out to you?
You know what? Like I said, Jake's playing well, without a doubt. JJ's doing a phenomenal job at center. I mean, he's just, he's since the day once he stepped on the campus, he's been our starting center. He's gotten better every year. Roberto Lamone, he's doing an excellent job at left tackle. Caesar's doing a good job as well. Percy's picking up the offense. You look at Andre Barney. Andre Barney made a big play today again. So, those guys on offense, and like I said, we kept Kyrie out a little bit, but Kyrie's been having a good camp as well.
And then on defense, has anyone really stood out to you?
Well, I mean, standing out, Daryl Blackman shows spots, flashes, and like I said, he has to learn how to play every snap. Lawrence Smith, the same way, new guy we picked up, defensive tackle. I think Brian Smith did a solid job. He's done a solid job. Marquis Savage as well. Robert Felton's been a surprise to the camp. He's playing free safety for us. We named him a starter, and no one's been able to push him. He's been a starting guy, so he's had a good camp. Also, Kendrick Cossey's done a good job as well.
All right, Coach. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.